Outsider Solo Tony from the Outsider channel here with you once again today, and today we're talking about some of my secrets. Well, they're not secrets really, but I get a lot of questions about my GoPro settings, my setup. I'm gonna mix that in with my first impressions today on the Hero 10. Yeah, I'm a little late to the Hero 10 game, and I gotta be honest with you, it's because I did not have good luck with the Hero 9. I actually stopped using it completely unless I'm catching some off the POV shots on the trail, some B-roll. That's because I had constant SD errors. I actually lost a couple full videos that I couldn't even make. The footage would get erased, or it would shut off, or it would not record. Who knows? I may have had just bad luck. I've been currently using only the Hero 8 for all the footage you've seen on the channel, and I'm hoping that the Hero 10 has come around and made some fixes to those glitches. That just rhymed. And with that, I'm just gonna turn you over to myself on the other side to some of my favorite trails here in Southern California, right in the Pacific Ocean, Aliso Woods. I'll see you there. And boom, here we are on the other side, guys. Welcome to the ride. We're in Aliso right now, almost at golden hour. Testing out the Hero 10 for the first time. This is the first trail, first ride, and we're gonna figure this thing out together. We're gonna hit up Rocket first, which is one of my favorite trails here in Aliso, a classic here in Southern California. In fact, this is one of the most popular areas in Southern California. I get a lot of you that ask where you should ride and if you have any recommendations for visiting SoCal. This is one of them, Aliso Woods and Aliso Viejo, right across the street from Laguna Beach. In fact, this park goes through Laguna Beach's property. I brought the Capra out today, put the trail bike on ice for a minute, the Jeffsy. Got the Enduro out today. I like to bring the Capra out to Aliso because it's definitely got more of like a DH feel. The trails here, kind of like a bike park feel. Here's like basically a living fossil. Hugest feature I've ever ridden. Yeah, I'm calling it a feature. I swear there's a line in here somewhere. Although it doesn't look like I'm on it. It's hard to talk and do that at the same time, I'm learning. Gotta time that one pretty specific. And now we're off into the second half of Rocket. One of the things I'm curious about is the audio on the 10. I think I mentioned before, it'd be awesome if that was an upgrade. So you can hear the trail sounds better and hear me better when I'm talking on the trail while riding, instead of the hub drowning me out, but I have a feeling it's not going to be the case. Also, if this windscreen is even going to be working for the 10, it's so much easier to pop the windscreen on than to paste dead cats all over the place.
Yep, that's right. You heard me say the windscreen. I have a foam protector over the GoPro, which I usually use on the Hero 8, which right now on the 10 doesn't seem to be working very well. It's a little bit too much wind noise for me. We'll talk more about that later after the ride.
Coming into the fast section here.
And while I have you, if you guys are interested or haven't ridden Aliso Woods before, I'm going to drop the link to my trail guide in the description below, so check that out and get yourself familiar. Back to the trail.
And that's Rocket. Now I'm doing a roadie climb, which if you're a local and you follow me on Strava, a lot of you guys say, why aren't you doing Cholla? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, I think that climb sucks. I really don't like it. And two, the road climb takes almost as much time to get up, but less energy. And three, you get a water fill up right here in the park on your way up. The bonus reason is I can stop at my truck and get a snack or a gel or an energy boost if I need to. All right, let's get it. I like to start up top above links. What it does is it gives you a head start into links and you don't have to pedal at the beginning. So you kind of just start with a bang. And boom, we're in links. It gives you a run in that little step up. wind up. Late summer. Never seen it like this. Woo. Wow. That section's like rocket. Kind of glad I brought out the Capra today. Let's flip it back over to myself to give you some after the ride impressions, along with the settings. Stick around. And we're back. Let's get into it. My first ride impressions actually was pretty good. I had no issues, no glitches. I will say that I mentioned in the video, I was using a windscreen. And for those of you not familiar, I use one of these. Basically what it is a cover that goes right over the GoPro. They sell them on Amazon for like 10 bucks. And I've been using that in the Hero 8 quite a while, and it works pretty good. But what I learned on this ride is that you saw yourself didn't really work that well. The microphones are constantly changing whenever a GoPro comes out. You never know where the hell they're gonna put the mics. A lot of this comes from them making it a waterproof camera, which I don't care about. I wish they sold an option that didn't have to go underwater. I definitely, on mountain bike rides, don't ever need to go scuba diving. This is the Hero 9, which I ran into the same issue with, is I put dead cats, which we talked a little bit about in the video, and that's what it's going to look like to cover up the microphone spots. Also, like the Hero 9, the Hero 10 is a little bit bigger than the Hero 8. I know I'm comparing this to 2 GoPros ago, but it's what I noticed, and the reason I'm saying that is because the way I film is I use a chest harness, so that little bit of weight makes a difference. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what I use to film. This is the chest harness. It's very stable. It goes right here. It's a Stuntman chest seat, and I prefer this model because it's got such a solid base here and it covers so much space. I'm able to get these straps super tight and keep the camera super secure. And you might be asking, why do you need to do that? Because the stabilization of the GoPro. Well, it's there up to a point. If you really shake the crap out of this camera, it's gonna shake. It's gonna show on the footage. These straps are secured around me so tight that it's almost uncomfortable until you get used to it. Now jumping back to the weight issue with the Hero 10. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. It just means that I have to be more aware of strapping this sucker around me and keeping it super tight around my chest. And sometimes it does feel like that when I first put it on. Because I have a chest harness, you might be asking, why don't you use the full face with the GoPro on the end of it? I like to see the bars. I like to see the cockpit of the bike. And sometimes the way that it sits on the full face helmet, you're kind of getting the up and down view and you miss out on the bars sometimes. All right, now let's get into the settings a little bit. For a YouTuber that does this every single week, this is the most important thing on a GoPro. It's just as important as the angle. All these little things that add up into a perfect mixture that comes out at the back end of this thing, like a poop when I'm editing. Like a poop. Hopefully it's not like a poop. So here we go. The most important settings are 4K 24 FPS on Super View. 4K is the highest quality you can kind of get going right now at 24 FPS, even on the Hero 10. I like the 24 because it has more of a cinematic vibe to it. Super View gets the whole entire frame in from your handlebars to your hands, and it gives it more of a texture base to the speed. I feel like you can kind of feel like how fast I'm going a little bit more than if I put it into linear mode or wide. The next important setting is going to be your color. When I first started editing, I used iMovie and just used GoPro color because I didn't really know how to edit. What you're going to get with that is a lot of yellow. A lot of yellow brick road trails, and you're gonna have to try to turn that down after the fact. Put it on flat and do the color correction in post. Make the colors come to life after the fact. I use Final Cut Pro and some editing software that I injected into that. It's called Cinema Grade. It really makes your color correcting very easy, simple plugin. To make things easier for you, I'm gonna put a doohickey up here on the screen right now. Take a picture of that, screen grab it. If you like the footage that you see in my channel, these are the exact settings I use. I'm gonna head out to Sedona in a couple days. Look for more videos from there. Follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna be posting from Sedona. We're gonna have a lot of YouTubers down there. It's gonna be a fun time, a lot of riding, good weather, good vibes, and all the things. Join me on Patreon. We have a group ride coming up in 2 weeks at St. Iago Oaks you don't wanna miss. And with that, I'll see you guys next week.